They are known. They are known in the ground floor. I would say
Mm-hmm.
they are on a job interview,
Mm-hmm.
and they are on for he's more formal than her. She's
Mm-hmm.
probably the employee, and he is probably the person who's trying to get the job. And I would say that she's reading his what's called curriculum,
Yeah, CV.
and he's probably going to get the job because she's more or less smiling.
Mm-hmm. How do you think he's feeling?
I would say he's keeping calm. He's
Mm-hmm.
calm.
Okay, very good. Brian, what would you like to add?
Okay, well, I see two people talking maybe about sales. For it could be a work meeting.
Yeah.
Uh, well, maybe they are discussing about sales or some problems with a company or a law department. Um, they have formal suites or cloth,
Yeah.
and I think they are focused and calm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. What else would you say about this picture? Anything else, Brian?
No.
Okay. Danny Alexander, what would you like to add about this picture? Something
Uh,
more that your colleagues did not mention yet.
I think it's a job interview.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think the jury is the interviewer.
Yeah.
Also, it's a business meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, the boy is Carl drinking coffee, and I think
Yes.
no more.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Very good again. So you're talking about three of you were mentioning that something is whatever is happening here, a job interview or a sales meeting or any kind of meeting, it's happening in a professional or office environment, correct? So it's very minimalistic. You can only see chairs. You can only see one table, and then in the corner a lamp or something to hang your clothes. You can see two people that are sitting in front of each other. You can see that one is holding a piece of paper. So absolutely good guess that it could be a CV that the other man is applying for a certain type of job, and they both look happy. They both look excited about what's coming. The lady has some notebook and a computer next to her. She probably made some notes about the question that she asked earlier. And the man looks confident. He looks happy. He looks pleased with his performance and so on. Okay, so very good, very good, good practice. Again, this is not. There's no right or wrong answer to describe this. Correct? Like what we're looking at and what we are practicing here is just by looking at the picture, sharing some ideas and expanding our vocabulary. So not just saying that the man is tall and the lady is short and that's it, nothing else to say. We're talking about how they might feel in this situation. Do they feel happy? Do they feel frustrated? Do they feel excited? Do they feel tired, bored, or whatever other adjective we might use to describe their feelings? Okay, but that's very, very important to practice as much as we can. Now, please, I mentioned this on during our first class, and I mentioned this yesterday, and with all of my other previous classes. No one learns the language without practicing it. Okay, so we're having quite a big group here. So every single chance we have to practice, please use that. Okay, don't, if I say who would like to try, go ahead and give it a go. I know that you will make mistakes. Everyone does. Everyone in this group will be making mistakes because everyone in this group is a part of the process that you are going through right now. So if you don't practice, you will see how you are not going to make the progress. Only by practicing again, and again, you will make a progress. By sitting quietly and not saying anything when I ask you, or just saying 3 words, you will never improve. So please proactively try to answer, to proactively try to think, how would I describe this picture? What else could I say about this picture? What additional things I have observed about this picture, and I could highlight that. Okay, so try to use this space of 3 hours each day for the next 4 weeks, and try to speak as much as we possibly can. Okay, so this is just a tip for the future. Now, in our last class yesterday, we spoke about the passive, correct? So first thing we're looking at the 2 things. I cut my hair, and we were comparing with my hair was cut. So these are the examples of active and passive sentences. The first sentence is active. I cut my hair, where we know exactly who did the action. Who was the subject? Who did the action? Myself. I physically took scissors and I cut my hair. Okay, so we know who did the action. With the passive sentences, the sentence number 2, my hair was cut, we know the action, that my hair was cut, but we don't know who did it. Okay, and that is the main rule or one of the main rules of when do we use the passive. So these are the 3 major rules of when do we use the passive in English language. First, when you don't want to say who or what did the action. Number 2, you don't know who did the action, or the object is the most important part of the sentence. Okay, so these are the 3 rules of how do we use the passive. Now, all this information is already sent to the WhatsApp group. If you joined later and you can't see that, please let me know and I can forward to you one more time. Okay, if you don't see those slides. But all this information we share in the class that I feel it is important, I always send it to our WhatsApp group, okay, for you to have it and then come back to this information when you need it. So here we also looked at the differences between passive and active, and how does the subject and a noun changes in each of these sentences. So then we also looked at how do we form a sentence from active to passive. Now, the key thing here is that to follow each of these steps. So again, have a look at our WhatsApp group. This page is sent there. So here we have the step-by-step guide of what do we need to do when we try to transform the sentence from the active to the passive sentence. So what we're trying to say, we try to say that the children ate the cake, and we use this as an example. This is the active sentence. The children, the subject, ate is the verb, and the cake is the object. How do we do it, or which steps do we need to take to transform this sentence into the passive one? So to get the cake was eaten by the children. This is the example of the passive sentence. So the first thing what we need to do, or the first step, we need to identify the subject. The subject in this case, and I did color code it here, is the children. Then we identify the verb and we identify the object. The verb in this instance will be ate. The object is the cake. Okay? Once we did that, then we move the object to the beginning of the sentence, because this will be the subject of our new sentence. So that's how we have the cake, okay, at the beginning. So that's just the first step. Then we look at what is the verb tense in the active sentence. So we look at the verb here, ate. What is the tense here? Past simple, okay? Then we look at the step number 4. Conjugate the verb be so that it is in the same tense as the main verb in the active sentence. So we need to change the verb be into the same tense as the verb in the active sentence. So in this case, the cake was. Yes, Daniel?
I was wondering if you were sharing your screen because we can only see you. or at least
Oh.
I can only see you. No, you weren't
Oh my
sharing.
God. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes,
I
Okay,
I
could,
can
I
see.
could,
Okay,
oh,
maybe we need to refresh Daniel. Yeah.
yeah, I can only see you. I cannot see what you're sharing.
Can everyone see the sentences that I'm showing or no? Or you see just me? Yeah. Try to refresh Daniel. Maybe switch off the camera and switch it back on, or because everyone else can see my full screen. Is it working?
Yeah, I see it now at in a small little corner. I see it now. I see it bigger now. Okay, sorry for
No,
interrupting.
no worries. Okay. Okay, so now that everyone can see it again, so that's a fourth step. So then we have matching the same verb be. So in this case, we are using it as a past simple. Okay, so the cake was the fifth step. Add the past participle to the main verb after be. Now, the past participle is the third form of the verb. Okay, again, I did send a list of regular and irregular verbs that we spoke about yesterday. I also sent a list of grammar, and I'm going to forward those, I think, again, so that everyone has it in the group. But I sent a list of the most commonly used verbs. How do we form those verbs? So meaning the structure and the specific example. So there you will see, and you will be able to identify. If you see that the verb uses has been and the ending ing, then you know specifically which verb or which tense we are using there. Okay, so use that cheat sheet if you like. That will help you a lot when you're, especially when you're transforming from active to passive. So we put in the past participle or the third form of that verb. If it's a regular verb, it's going to be just with the ending ed. If it's irregular verb, it's going to have different meanings. So eat, ate, eaten, go, went, gone, and so on. If it's a regular verb, we're going to add just the ending ed. Walk, walked, walked with the ending ed. Okay, and then the subject of the active sentence we add right at the end. So the object, what was previously in the active sentence at the end, goes in front, and the subject, what was in the active sentence, goes to the back. And that's how we get the cake was eaten by the children. Now, those of you who missed the class yesterday, as I said, I would like you to complete these two activities, not now, but at the end of the class or any time before tomorrow. Okay, so actually 3 activities. So it's going to be here. In the grammar section, student book grammar 2A, passive all tenses. That's activity number 1. Then student book grammar bank 6A1, the correct form active or passive, complete that. And then grammar bank 6A.2, rewrite the sentences with a passive. Okay, and now for the time being, I would like us to have a look at this activity here. Naleli. How do I pronounce your name properly? Nayeli or Naleli?
Nayeli.
Nayeli. Okay, could you read the task, please? That's on your screen.
1 or 2?
That's on your screen. Can you see my screen?
The 1,
Complete the sentence.
complete the sentence with the correct past form of the verb in the box. Use the thing in breaks.
Okay, so complete the sentences with the correct passive form of the verb in the box. Use the tenses in the brackets. So the first one's been done for us. What we need to do, we have the words that we need to include, the verbs: direct, dub, invite, play, release, shoot, show, and write. And then we have a specific tense that we need to use it with. So in the first sentence, we have the present simple, and we have the film is directed by Catherine Bigelow. So now the word directed is out. We need to look at the sentence number 2. Which of these words can fit in here? But we also need to use the past simple tense. Okay, so I'll give you 2 minutes. Try to match, first of all, the word that goes in each of these empty spaces. And then we need to make in a passive form of a specific tense that is required under each, at the end of each sentence. Okay, so sentence number 2 should be with a past simple. Sentence number 3, past continuous. Sentence number 4, future with will. Present, sentence number 5, present perfect, and so on. Again, go back to the WhatsApp group and have a look at the structure of each tense that I sent you there. And you will see the structure. You will see the name of the tense, you will see the structure, and then you will see the example. Okay, so this will be very useful for you. So 2 minutes for this activity, and then we're going to try to do it together. Alvaro, welcome. Your microphone off, please, and your camera on, please. Alvaro, your camera. Emilio,
Okay.
welcome. Emilio, your camera on, please. Thank you.
Mr. One question. This activity stay in Moodle.
Now, first of all, focus on the screen. So now just look at the screen. Try to do it together, and then we're going to go to Moodle. I will tell you when to go on Moodle. So now just look at the screen and try to do this activity. So match the word in a specific tense. And in the meantime, I will forward everyone the details. What information we sent yesterday.
Teacher,
Yes.
excuse me. I have a problem. The thing is, I already did the activity on the platform. I thought that we had to do all the activities on shot on location, and I did this one you're showing right now.
So what's the problem?
I already did it, and I don't know if it's okay.
It's okay. Like you should not have done it, but as I said, this was planned for yesterday, and that's fine. So if you did it, we're gonna be using you as the helper here. Okay. What we're trying to do with this activity, because we have a new student, so I just want to have a recap of what we spoke about yesterday. That's why we did not finish all of the activities in one day. We finished half of the activities on the passive for you to digest information a little bit. And then the following day, we recap again on the grammar, and we have some exercises like this one so that you can get a better grade once you go back to Moodle. So that was the whole idea. But if you did it, that's not a problem. I haven't seen your grades. I hope they're good.
It's not actually. I was
That's
confused by few
okay. So
ones.
we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together now here. Okay.
Okay.
So, okay, guys. So who would like to try? So the first one's been done. Okay. The word we're using here is direct, and we're using it in a present simple. So we have the film is directed by Catherine Bigelow. Who would like to try number 2? Who would like to try number 2?
Was played.
Say again. The full sentence, please.
Was played.
The full sentence, please.
Was
The
played.
part of Spider-Man was played by Andrew Garfield.
Very good. Yes. The part of Spider-Man was played by Andrew Garfield. We're using past simple and we're using the word play. Excellent. Number 3.
It was very windy while the scene was being shot.
Very good. It was very windy while the scene was being shot. Here we're using the past continuous. Again, I just now sent to the group all of the things that we spoke about. So you will see, if you open our WhatsApp group, you will see those things. You will see the irregular verbs in the form 1, form 2, and form 3. You will see the parts of the speech. So again, that's very important to separate them. And then you will see the kind of the summary of all the tenses there are in the first part. In the second column, you will see the structure. How do we form that tense? And then in the third, you will see the example. So this is very, very useful to know how do we form this like past continuous and so on. Okay, good, well done. Number 4. Who would like to do number 4?
The sequel will be writing next year.
Another word from the top. The sequel will be
Written.
Released.
Released. Very good.
Next
Yes.
year.
The
Release.
sequel will be released next year. The sequel means the follow-up of or part 2, if you like. So if it was I know Die Hard 1, now it's going to be the sequel will be Die Hard 2. Or the Pirates of the Caribbean 1, Pirates of the Caribbean number 2 will be the sequel of that. And so on. Very good. The sequel will be released next year. Number 5. Yes, Jamilet.
Okay.
1 second. Sorry, yes, Jamilet. Go ahead.
Some of the extras have been invited to the film premiere.
Excellent. Well done. Have been invited to the film premiere. Okay. What does it mean? Some of the extras. What's that? Who are the extras?
People who's not like the main actor of a film.
Excellent. Well done. Absolutely. Extras are the people who fill in the spaces. So let's say if they are if the scene is shot in the bank, there will be main characters or main actors, and there will be some other people who maybe don't talk. They just need to cross the road or be present there. Okay. So these are all extras. They're called extras. Very good. Number 6. Who would like to do number 6? Emilio, would you like to try number 6?
Okay, I think so. The number 6, I think the musical is currently being shown in cinemas all over the country.
Very good. Is being shown. The musical is being shown in cinemas all over the country. Again, you need to know the structure of the present continuous to be able to put this sentence in a passive. Is being shown. Excellent. Number 7. Who would like to try number 7? Sorry. Number 7. Who would like to try number 7?
The drama is going to be dubbed into other languages.
Yes. The drama is going to be dubbed in other languages. What does it mean to be dubbed or dub? What does it mean?
Sea traducida, translated.
Yes. Yes, very good. Very good, Angeles. Yes, absolutely. To be translated into the other languages. And the final one, the script.
The script was written by the author of the book.
Very good. The script was written by the author of the book. Here we're using the past simple. Excellent. Well done. Now, to have a bit more practice, individual as well as the guided, hopefully you remember what we did just now. I want you to go to your Moodle, Unit 6A, and then for those who did not finish yesterday, I would like you to do these 2 activities. Workbook Grammar 2A, passive form, and Workbook Grammar 2B, active or passive. Okay, the last 2 activities from the grammar. Workbook Grammar 2A and Workbook Grammar 2B. Okay, we're going to have 7 minutes for these activities for both. Yomi Isabel, we spoke about your camera, it's off. And iPhone de Raul Esteban, your camera on, please. Cameras must be on throughout the class. Remember the rules. If I see the camera off, I have the authority to put you in a waiting room until you send me a message to WhatsApp and explain why your camera was off, and only then to let you back in the class. So please don't let me do that. Switch on your cameras and keep them on throughout the class.
Montes, which 2 activities were the ones we have to do? Vocabulary
Workbook
band.
WB or Workbook Grammar 2A on your Moodle. The only 2 activities that we did not finish yesterday in the grammar subtitle. So if you go to Unit 6A, you scroll down to the grammar, and then the last 2 activities says WB Grammar 2A passive form and WB Grammar 2B active or passive. Those 2. Okay, guys, 2 minutes left and then we move on. We managed to finish both of the activities, workbook 2A and workbook 2B. Okay, so I can see majority of you finished. Now, one thing before we move on to the next activity. It's very important because we have quite a big group. Very important that once we announce the activity that we're gonna do, I have a set time for that activity. Everyone needs to log in at the same time because if you log in later than others, and I can see that sometimes this happens where I have 26 students in the class, and at the beginning of the class, only 20 students logged in to Moodle to complete the activity, which means that 6 students never started the activity on time. And of course, then it's not fair for everyone, 20 students, to start waiting for those who started the activity late. And of course, they're going to finish later. So that's why I'm following the trend of the group as the whole. So if you see that you are running a bit late, you need to speed up. That's one. Or two, you need to start to do complete activities on time. Very, very important. Once we say we're going to do the activity 2A, everyone logs into Moodle and starts completing activity 2A immediately. Don't wait for 2, 5 or so minutes until God knows what. Start completing activity right now. Okay, because we cannot wait until every single student finishes the activity. You have to go at the same speed as the class. Okay, so that's just for the future. Now, the thing that I want to go through today is something that we'll cover and we'll talk a lot more in almost every single unit of these classes. So intonation, pronunciation, and the word stress, and so on. So first of all, it's a very quick workshop, if you like, with a couple of slides that I can send them to our WhatsApp group, and I will share with all of you. But this is just to show how our voice in English language, how important is our voice, or how important is our intonation. Because in English language, it's not only what we say, it's how we say that. So the intonation, the voice, the stress that we put on a certain word or in a certain groups of words or a certain part of the word, that is fundamental, because that can change completely the meaning, that can change completely of how are we perceived. Are we asking a question, or are we making a statement? Are we trying to be rude, or are we trying to be polite? All of this we can do with our voice alone. So that is something that we need to start working on more and more and more, and especially now that we are at a higher level. Okay, so the higher levels we go, the more we have to use our voice as a tool to pass a certain message. So it's not only how do we say a certain thing, or what tenses we're using, but it's how we use our voice to pass that specific information. So all of this is called intonation. The intonation is, Angelica Loja, could you read, please? What is the intonation?
Will your voice rise and falls over the group of words or entire sentence?
What is that? How do you understand it? How your voice rises or falls over the group of words? Can you give me an example of intonation in English language? One sentence? Angelica. No? Okay, who would like to give me an example sentence of how do you use intonation when you speak in English? Just one sentence. You can say anything. Just use your voice to go up and down when you're trying to highlight certain things. Daniel.
For example, I notice it more in questions when you can say, how do you feel today? Like we're highlighting the how do you feel today?
Very good. Alvaro?
For example, I am going to the beach in the next week as a intonation in beach, or is the place
Yes, the focus word. Very good. Very good. So I have prepared some of the examples here, and hopefully this will be useful for you as we go along. This is not the final list, okay? These are just some of the techniques that we are using when we are using our voice and the intonation to highlight or focus on a certain words. As we go in each unit, so in unit 6A, 6B, 7A, 7B, and so on, we're going to work on different techniques in that regard. We're going to look at the key words, we're going to look at the stress words, stress syllables, and so on and so on. Each of them will have an individual technique to use. Here, I will share with you first, before we start any of those, generically speaking, what are the intonation rules that we use when we are speaking in English? So the first rule, as such, would be a focus word. What does it mean? The most important word in a sentence often shows new information. So if you follow this red line, you will see that at some stage it goes up on a certain word. So this what it means is a focus word. So in this case, a vacation is a focus word. So that's the word where our voice is normal, normal, normal. Once we reach that focus word, the most important word that we try to highlight in our sentence, we put our voice up and then we go down to the normal pace. So it would sound like this. We're taking a vacation this summer. We're taking a vacation this summer. You can feel how my voice is going normal, normal, normal. Then on a focus word, in this case, a vacation, that's something I want to highlight, my voice goes up and then goes down to the normal voice. We are taking a vacation this summer. We're taking a vacation this summer, okay? So this is a technique that we're talking about when we're saying that it's a focus word. A focus word could be anything. If I want to highlight this summer, I could very much do that. So my voice would be normal on all of the first part of the sentence, and then I will just highlight the summer. We're taking vacation this summer. We're taking vacation this summer, okay? So in this case, I'm choosing that for me, the most important word that I want to highlight for you to understand is this summer. That this summer is particular, somehow different from all of the other summers, and I want to highlight that. So this technique would be called a focus word, where you highlight one word, the most important word for you to passing the specific information, and you raise your voice at that specific word. Now, Nicole, could you read this second question, please? Nicole?
Repeat, please.
Could you read it, please? What's on your screen?
Taking a sentence and turn it into question.
Yeah,
Wishing
just
of
here.
Okay. We are not taking a vacation this summer.
Mm-hmm. Was it correct way how you read this sentence or question? Do you think you read it correctly, or can you see the difference between? Yes. Okay. Can you see the difference between this sentence and this? This and this.
The second half question mark.
Absolutely. The second one has a question mark, which means our voice, only by using our voice. And here, when we're talking about the pronunciation, we're only talking about the voice, because in the written English, it's the same thing, correct? In the written English, we put a question mark. We want to say it's a question, but how do we use our voice to highlight that it is actually a question? And I'm expecting the answer. Because if I say something like this, we're taking a vacation this summer. What are you going to say? Excellent, well done, congratulations, correct? Because it sounds like I'm just making a statement to say that I am taking a vacation this summer. It's very different when I'm using my voice to say that it is not a statement, it is a question to you, Nicole, Javier, Daniel, or whoever. We are not taking vacation this summer. We are not taking vacation this summer. So as you can see, our voice in the normal generic questions goes up at the end. That's how we are highlighting that this is not just a statement. This is actually a question that I would like to know your answer, correct? So in any generic question, and we're going to go to the WH questions, they are slightly different, but in any generic question, if it's a question, your voice would go normal, 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 and at the end, your voice rises up to show and to highlight that this is a question. This is not a statement I'm making. This is not a anything of that nature. This is a specific question I need you to answer. We are not taking a vacation this summer. We're not taking a vacation this summer. Again, feel how my voice is rising up right at the end to highlight that this is the question. So for all of that, and this is the what I was trying to show, that these two sentences, they are identical. But by only using my voice, I am passing the certain message to the person that I'm talking to. So to Nicole, to Javier, to Kenya, or to Danielle, or to whoever, that I am asking a question and not making a statement. So that's the beauty of English language, spoken English language in particular. By only using your voice, by only using your intonation, you can actually say that this is a question, this is a statement, this is a warning, this is whatever else it might be, okay? By only using our voice. So this is a second technique. For any generic questions, not WH questions, so not why, when, and so on, we are going to use flat voice at the beginning, and then right at the end, our voice rises up. Okay, no, I will not say flat, sorry for the word. Normal voice at the beginning, and then at the end, where you actually have a question mark, okay, the voice rises up. We're not taking a vacation this summer. We're not taking a vacation this summer. Feel how the voice rises up at the end. So that's the second technique. Third, as you can see here, it is slightly different. So in this case, we're talking about WH questions. When, where, who, whose, what, why, and how. So all the questions that starts with when, where, whose, what, why, and how, we're going to use slightly different technique. Here, we're going to highlight the WH word. So when, in this case, and then we're also going to highlight the focus word. So in this case, again, my focus word is vacation. When does your summer vacation start? When does your summer vacation start? So as you can see, this technique for all generic questions, your voice is normal, 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 normal. At the end, you put it up. With the WH questions, we put up our voice twice. First of all, on the WH word. So when, where, whose, what, why, and how, our voice goes up. And then our voice goes up not necessarily at the end of the question, but at a specific focus word. When does your summer vacation start? When does your summer vacation start? Feel how my voice is rising up 2 times. When, or end the WH question, and then the second time on the focus word. In this case, vacation. Now, when we are checking the understanding, or when we are talking to someone and basically want to see with the short question if we understood it right, we follow the same rules as with any generic question. How many? Meaning our voice rises up at the end. So our voice goes normal, normal, normal for the first part, in this case, how, and then rises up at the end. How many? How many? Okay, that's the same technique that we have to use as with any other generic question. Now, choice questions. What does it mean, choice question? When we have alternatives that we are giving in our question, okay, our voice does the different thing. Okay, so in this case, we're talking about two options. So, are you going to stay in a hotel or go camping? Are you going to stay in a hotel or go camping? Now, look what happens with our voice with this type of questions. When we give a choice questions, what are you going to eat for dinner? Cabbage or tomato? Pizza or salami? And so on and so on. When we give 2 options, our voice will go up when we are introducing the first option. So in this case, the option is to stay in a hotel. Option number 2 is to go camping. So our voice with the first option goes up. With the second option, it goes down. Are you going to stay in a hotel or go camping? Are you going to stay in a hotel or go camping? So that's what the technique that we are using when we have the choice questions, so-called choice questions. Choice questions is when we give the person we are asking 2 alternatives. Are you going to eat pizza or encebollado? Okay. The first choice or the first option goes up. The second option goes down. Slightly different when we have the list of things. So in this case, we have 3 things. Okay. So for the first, second, it goes up. For the last one, it goes down. We want to go hiking, rock climbing, and whale watching. We want to go hiking, rock climbing. So these are the first 2 alternatives. The voice goes up. And then for the final one, it goes down, and whale watching. Okay, so again, this is a technique that we need to start practicing. If you have more than 4 options or 5 or whatever, all of the first options, the voice will go up, 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 and up. And for the final one, it goes down. I want to eat cabbage, potatoes, onions, and fruits. Okay, so for the final option we have from the list, and it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5, it could be 7, and so on. All of those that go at first will go up, up, up. For the final one, our voice goes down. So this is called a list technique. It's exactly the same like this one with the choice questions, where the voice goes up, 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 and then for the final choice that we have goes down. This is exactly the same here. It's just not in the question, but in the statement. So remember, whatever options we have, if we have 5, 4 will go up, the last one will go down. If we have 4, the same thing. 3 will go up, the final one will go down. If we have 2, the same, 1 up, 1 down, and so on. Okay, so this is that technique. Now, let's put this into practice. Okay, so look at the sentence in front and try to use the appropriate technique or your voice to highlight specific information you want to say. So how would you read this sentence, Danny?
Hurry up, John. Dinner is on the table.
Okay, now in this case, we're going to use the focus technique, the first one, correct? So what would be the most important thing here that you want to say? What's your focus word here? What do you think?
Hurry up.
Sorry?
Hurry up.
Hurry up. Okay, then use your voice to highlight that. Hurry up, John. Dinner's on a table. Yeah. On the focus word, whatever you want, the information you want to highlight, you need to put your voice up. So if you want to highlight hurry up, if you need to speed up, John, you need to put your voice up and then put back to normal. Hurry up, John. Dinner's on a table. Hurry up, John. Dinner's on a table. If you want to highlight that dinner is on the table, again, you're using your voice and intonation differently. Hurry up, John. Dinner is on the table. Hurry up, John. Dinner is on the table. Okay? So here we're trying to pass a very, very different message. It's very important, especially when you are talking in English. English is not a type of language that your voice goes flat. It's not. Some languages are. Some languages that you talk at the same pace, your voice does not have any intonations, the voice does not have any stress. English is not those type of languages. English is the opposite of that. When you're talking in English, you're using your voice goes up, your voice goes down, because you're trying to highlight a specific message, or you want to try to pass a specific message. So in this case, I'm trying to say that dinner is on a table. Someone needs to hurry up. So I cannot say, hurry up, John, dinner's on a table. It doesn't work like that. Not at your level where you are right now. At your level, you need to, whenever you're reading the activities or whenever you're reading something, you need to be using your voice as a tool. Hurry up, John, dinner is on a table. Hurry up, John, dinner is on a table. That's what we're trying to highlight. If dinner is on a table, you need to hurry up, John. Next. Who would like to try this? Anjali. Anjali, can you try to read this question with the proper intonation? Hello. Hi.
Yes, the dinner, I have to answer.
No, just read the question. Read the question with the proper intonation.
Dinner is on the table.
Mm-hmm. Did that sound like a question or a statement? Like the way you said it?
Dinner is on the table.
Mm-hmm. Again, here we're using the technique where it's a generic question. So remember we said for generic questions, the voice rises up right at the end. Okay, so your voice is normal, 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 normal. At the end, before the question mark, the voice rises up. Dinner's on the table. Dinner's on the table. Okay, try again.
Dinner's on the table.
Excellent, well done. Okay, in this case, I know that you're asking me a question. You're not making a statement, because if you say dinner's on the table, that's a statement for me. That's how I understand it. You're just making a statement. You're not asking me, is dinner on the table? Okay, so by using your voice, try to highlight that.
Ni lo toqué.
Okay, so in this case, as we said, the technique we're using is the second one, that for the generic questions, your voice is normal, 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 and then at the end, it rises up. Okay, next. Luis and Kimberly. Role play. Okay, so Luis will start first. Read your part, and then Kimberly will be the second person.
Hurry up, John. Dinner is on the table.
On the table.
Very good. Very good. Again, so you could hear from the intonation from both of them that Lise is trying to highlight that dinner's on the table, and then Kimberly was trying to clarify if she heard it right, asking the question on the table. On the table, again, the voice rises up. So to ask him a question, not to make a statement, that on the table. Very good. Well done, guys. Next, Laura.
Are you going to Cuenca, Machala, or Quito?
Excellent. Well done. Guillermo, the same question.
Are you going? Are you going to Cuenca, Machala, or Quito?
Danny.
Are you going to Cuenca, Machala, or Quito?
Kenya.
Are you going to Cuenca, Machala, or Quito?
Excellent. Very good. So the technique we're using here is in this technique, correct? So we have three options here. We have Cuenca, we have Machala, and we have Quito. So remember, the first two will always go up. So it's up, up, and then final one down. Are you going to Cuenca, Machala, or Quito? Excellent. Well done, guys. Everyone said it perfectly. Next, Fiorella.
What time we are having dinner tonight?
Again, so this we can see that this is a WH question, correct? So what technique we're using here? The same for any other question or slightly different? Where do we focus on when we have WH questions? You remember? No? That's fine. Don't worry. We're focusing on the first WH word, so what? And then we focus on the focus word. So in this case, it could be dinner. What time we're having dinner tonight? What time we're having dinner tonight? So again, in this specific question, our voice rises up 2 times. On the WH, so what? Then normal, and then on a focus word, which in this case is dinner. What time we're having dinner tonight? What time we're having dinner tonight? Yeah? Try again.
Okay. What time we are having dinner tonight?
Very good. Again.
What time we are having dinner tonight?
Very good. Having. Yeah?
Having. Okay.
Good. Ingrid, the same question.
Yes. What time we are having dinner tonight?
One more time.
What time we are having dinner tonight?
Very good. Hector?
What time we are having dinner tonight?
Very good. Diego?
What time we are having dinner tonight?
Again, Diego?
Are you going to Cuenca, Machala, or Quito?
Cuenca, Machala, or Quito. Put the voice down on the third option. Yeah, try again.
Are you going to Cuenca, Machala, or Quito?
Very good. Anais.
You are going to Cuenca, Machala, or Quito?
Very good. Yome. Yome Isabel. Javier Jara.
Are you going to Cuenca, Machala, or Quito?
Now, Javier Loa, next.
What time we are having dinner tonight?
Very good. Brian?
What time we're having dinner tonight?
Emilio?
What time we are having dinner tonight?
Very good. Very good. So, as we said, these are just some of the techniques or some of the things we can use. This is definitely not the final list. And once we go along, we're going to look at the different pronunciations. But with these basics, you can actually achieve a lot more. Because you will see, and the pronunciation is super, super important when you're taking your oral exam, as well as if you are taking one day or decide to take any professional exam. IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, Oxford, any other professional exam, you will see that your teacher or your examiner will be grading you on that. How are you talking? How are you using your intonation? Is there a word stress? Is there a sentence stress? And so on. All of this information is very, very important because that shows the advanced level of English. This is not expected from the lower levels, okay? When you are in A1, A2, even at B1, at the beginning of B1, you're not expected to learn this. But now that you're climbing up closer to B2, and then hopefully higher to C1 and so on, you definitely need to work on that, okay? So I will send these templates or these PowerPoint slides to you. So you have it in our WhatsApp group and you can apply it. But the most important is to practice. So whenever, let's say, if I ask you in the class, could you read the task, Alvaro, that's on your screen? Use your voice, use your intonation for that, okay? Even when you're providing the answer. So let's say, Hector, how do you say or answer question number 7? Okay, again, use your intonation for this. When you're reading the full sentence, reuse your intonation every single time. Practice it. It comes only with the practice, okay? You need to practice as much as possible to be able to, well, to be good at it, okay? So I'll send you these for you to help you, these slides. But now let's move on to this activity here. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna look at the stress words. So in this case, again, the technique that is being used here is just the stress words. In this case, we're focusing more than not just one focus word, but we're looking at the stress word. So all of the key information we try to highlight in a sentence, we're putting our voice up. So let's listen first to the six sentences, and then we're gonna try to repeat those with appropriate intonation, okay? So let's try.
Mr.
Okay.
No. Oh,
We
Sorry?
can't hear, Miss.
There is no
You can't-
sound.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
We're not able to hear.
Okay, that's fine. Then I will pronounce it. I thought because I'm using the headphones. That's fine. So what we're gonna do here, you can see that some of these words, they are highlighted in yellow. So that's where we put a stress on these specific words. So let's look at the first one. The film is based on a true story. The film is based on a true story. The film is based on a true story. In this case, we're highlighting film, based, and true story. Okay, so you can hear how the voice rises up when we're pronouncing each of these words. So let's give it a go. Edward, could you read the first sentence and then highlight film, based, and true story?
The film is based on a true story.
One more time.
The film is based on a true story.
Very good. Jose Recalde, same sentence. Jose? Diego?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. Number one.
The film is based on a true story.
The film is based on a true story. The film is based on a true story. Again.
The film is based on a true story.
Very good. Very good. Again, you can hear how your voice rises up when you're saying film, based, and true story. These scenes will be filmed on location. These scenes will be filmed on location. Again, in this specific sentence number 2, I'm highlighting scenes, film, and location. Nicole, number 2.
These scenes will be filmed on location.
One more time. These scenes will be filmed on location. These scenes will be filmed on location. Try again.
These scenes will be filmed on location.
Very good. Kenya, the same.
This scene will be filmed on location.
These scenes will be filmed on location. Try again.
These scenes will be filmed on location.
Very good. Daniel?
These scenes will be filmed on location.
Very good. Brian?
The film is based on. Excuse me, it's the first one, right?
It's the second one.
Oh, second. This scene will be filmed on location.
Angelica Loja?
The scenes will be filmed on location.
Again, try. You see that the highlighted, well, it's quite blurry here, but the highlighted words are scenes, filmed, and location. So try to use your voice to go up, to rise it up a bit on those specific words. These scenes will be filmed on location. These scenes will be filmed on location. Try again. Angelica?
Oh, the scenes will be filmed on location.
Very good. The actor has been nominated for an Oscar. The actor has been nominated for an Oscar. Jamile.
The actor has been nominated for an Oscar.
Excellent. Fiorella.
The actor has been nominated for an Oscar.
Kimberly.
The actor has been nominated for an Oscar.
Very good. The script was written by the author of the novel. The script was written by the author of the novel. Luis.
The script was written by the author of the novel.
Again?
The script was written by the author of the novel.
Very good. Alvaro, the same.
The script was written by the author of the novel.
The sequel is going to be released next week. The sequel is going to be released next week. Hector.
The sequel is going to be released next week.
One more time. The sequel is going to be released next week. So sequel, going, and released next week. Try again. The sequel is going to be released next week.
Okay. The sequel is going to be released next week.
One more time.
The sequel is going to be released next week.
Perfect. Danny.
The sequel is going to be released next week.
Okay. Jose Recalde. Okay, I mentioned this, that if you're not participating in the class, you'll have to wait in the waiting room until you send me a message, because it's not fair for everyone. Javier Plua, number 5, please.
The sequel is going to be released next week.
Try again. The sequel is going to be released next week.
The sequel is going to be released next week.
The costumes are being made by hand. The costumes are being made by hand. Yomi. Yomi Isabel.
Hello.
Hi.
The sequel is going to be released next week.
We're doing number 6 now. The costumes are being made by hand.
The costumes are being made by hands.
One more time. The costumes are being made by hand.
The costumes are being made by hands.
By hand. Again. The costumes are being made by hand. Yes, can you repeat that again?
The costumes are being made by hands.
By hand. Try again. That's why we need to focus, okay? Look, guys, we really need to understand that you sign up for these classes and you know that they will be at a specific time. So I do expect some of you might be stuck in the traffic, but you need to be present in the class. You will not make a progress if you are, for the first hour and 14 minutes, you're driving somewhere. So please, Yomi, make sure for the future classes, you're somewhere in, not just Yomi, but everyone else. Make sure that you are present in the class, that you can participate actively and learn something. Because I really don't want to receive the messages at the end of this course saying, Mr. Please help me. I failed the course because I did not complete the task. Please find the time, organize your schedule. This is an express course. You only have 4 weeks of the course. So find the time, make sure that every single time when we have these classes, you are somewhere in a peaceful and quiet place where you can focus on these activities we're doing. This is for your own good. This is not for me. This is for your own good. You need to learn this. You need to make these improvements. You will not make these improvements if you have these classes from the class or from the bus or from the car or from whatever. Focus. Focus, please. Okay? And Yomi, this is not just for you. This is for everyone as we go along. Okay. Very good. So now what I would like you to do, I would like you to look at the activity on Moodle, student book pronunciation 3A, the stress words, okay? So again, you're gonna listen to the recording and you need to write down the words that are being stressed. So listen carefully. Yes, I put 8 minutes for you, which is more than enough to listen 3 times to the recording. Normally, what you will find from all of the listening activities is that I put enough time only for listen to the recording twice, because this is considered to be a standard for every single exam you will take. This is considered to be a standard 2 times, not more than that. In this case, you're going to have a few times more, okay? So go to your Moodle, student book pronunciation 3A, the stress words. Listen to the recording and highlight or write down the highlighted words. Okay, start the activity now. We're going to have 8 minutes for this activity.
Montes,
Tell me.
Brian is trying to get in the class and he's telling me that his laptop shut down.
Yeah, I just let him in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, Brian.
No, mister, excuse me. Don't worry.
Jose Recalde, I called you 2 times and you were not present. That's why I had to put you in a waiting room. Next time, what's going to happen? I will not let you in back until you send me a WhatsApp, you or anyone else. This applies to everyone, not just you. Just in this case, particular, it happened to you. But I will put the person who's not answering in a waiting room until that person sends me a WhatsApp message saying why he or she was not answering. Because it's not fair that 26 students are waiting when I called you for the answer of the question 3 times. Okay? So please, let's try to be thoughtful, not just of ourselves, but of the big group that we are part of. Okay? Because when I call your name 3 times, you're not answering, the other 26 or 29 students are waiting here. Yeah? So if you're not present, I will have to put you in the waiting room. And again, this is not just for Jose, this is for everyone. No worries. As I said, this is not just for you. In this case, it happened to you, but this is the rule for everyone to learn. Okay? So now we're doing activity, pronunciation activity. 3A, the stressed words. Listen to the recording and write down the stressed words. Okay, guys, 1 minute. Okay, guys, time's up. So, normally we would have a break sometime now, but today is a bit different because today we will have to finish the official teaching class a bit earlier. I will give you some extra activities to do and to complete before tomorrow, but the actual class will finish in the next half an hour. The reason being is that we have in the academy the meeting with all of the teachers to talk about some fraud issues and things like that. So that's why I have to be present in that meeting too. So luckily for you, we'll finish a bit early. But as I said, use this time to finish all of the activities that you did not finish. So those who joined just today, please make sure you finish all of the activities from the unit. So now, before we move on, I want us to go back to something that we spoke about on Friday when we were talking about the different dictionary and different vocabulary, related to the cinema. Okay, so this will be helpful for your activities that you will do, but and it's also good to incorporate in your vocabulary as and when you're describing certain movies. So first of all, let's look at the different types of movies. Okay, Emilio, could you read please from the top the different types of movies we have? Here.
I read all the.
Yes, go ahead.
An action film, an animation, and a comedy, and a drama, an historical film, an oral film, a musical, a rom-com, a science fiction film, a thriller, a war film, a western.
Western, very good. So these are the type of movies that we can be talking about. Okay. Now, does everyone know what rom-com is? Those who are on Friday should know. I hope so. Rom-com, what's that?
Romance and comedy.
Yes, it's a romance and combined with a comedy. So very good. Science fiction, what's that? Diego, what is a science fiction? Is it real, not real, based on a true stories? What type of movie is a science fiction movie or a science fiction film?
No real.
Absolutely. Not real, not based on the true story or true events, made up movie about the imaginary events that might happen or will happen as per the movie in the future. So normally science fiction movies, they are talking about the future, distant future or not so distant future. Thriller, war films, and westerns. Okay, so these are the types of movies that you should remember. Again, not all, maybe some of them, or at least a couple of them, for you to include in your vocabulary when you're describing. So when someone says what type of movies you like, oh, I like comedy, I like rom-com, thriller, and a war film or a western. Okay, again, that shows that you have a more advanced vocabulary. So that is very, very important for the examiner when they are giving you a grade on a certain thing. Now, let's look at the activity D. Laura, could you read the task, please?
B or D.
D, please.
Okay. What kind of film is often? Should I read
And
the
the first
other?
one? Yes, funny. So what kind of film? Yeah. Continue.
Should I read all of them?
Yes, please.
Funny, violent, exciting, scary, moving.
Okay, so again, these are the 6 adjectives on top of the many others that I'm sure you know, but these are the adjectives that you can use to describe a certain movie. Okay, adjectives, remember, adjectives help you and show your knowledge or how you are mastering the language in particular, because you can express your feelings, you can express your emotions much, much better. So try to use as many adjectives as you possibly can. The same with these: funny, violent, exciting, scary, moving. What does it mean, moving? When we're describing a movie or a film, moving. What type of movie is that? What do you think, guys? Angeli, what do you think? Moving movie. Angeli? Angeles?
I didn't hear you because my internet is not working right.
No worries. So what do you think? What type of movie is
What type of movie is?
Moving.
What type of, what kind? Okay, I got it now. What type of movie is moving?
Yes.
Let me think. I can't think of one right away.
How would you describe? What does it mean? What do we mean by?
Oh, what does it mean that a movie is moving?
Yes.
Maybe a movie that is sentimental, that like brings up many emotions. Maybe a movie that has like a strong meaning, something like to make you think about your life or someone.
Absolutely. Very good description. So a moving movie is a type of movie that's touching, that touches your heart, that makes you think about something that you just maybe had a similar experience in the movie. Maybe it makes you act in a certain way, okay? Maybe it makes you think, oh, I should call my best friend because the movie I just watched made me think about the friendship, made me think about my best friends and so on. So these type of movies are called moving movies. The movies that comes to your heart, comes to your soul, and makes you think more about what have you just experienced or what have you just seen. So these are stronger types of movies. Scary, we understand that. Exciting, we understand. Violent, what does it mean violent? What type of violent movies are, what kind of movies are those? Violent. What do we mean, Emilio? A violent movie, what's that?
A violent, I don't know the specific an example a violent movie because I don't think the science fiction. I don't think the movies have a mix. For example, the horror movie have a little bit to violent. For example, all
But how
the
would you describe? How would you, not the specific movie, but how would you describe a violent movie? What kind of things you would be expecting to see there in a violent movie?
I am expected to see in a violent movie. I don't know. A lot of blood and conflict and for example and war.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Again, a lot of physical harm caused by one person to another, a lot of blood, a lot of broken feelings, even. You can say that, or physical damage that has been done to the person or to the surroundings. These type of movies are violent movies, and funny. You would know that. Okay, let's have a look at these words here. Again, I do apologize for those who were present in the class on Friday when we actually did these activities, but repetition is always very, very good. Okay, so let's look at the activity 2A, and let's look at just the words in the box here. Okay, so Alvaro, could you read the first line, please? Here, audience.
Audience, cast, extra plot.
Okay, very good. So what is an audience? How would you describe the audience? Anyone? How would you describe a word audience? What's that? What does it mean?
People who watch the film.
Very good. Cast? How would you describe a cast?
The group
People
of
who watch the film.
Yes. Extra? We'll cover this word today. What is an extra in the context of the cinema or movies?
A person in a film who has a small but important participation.
Yes, very good. Plot? What is a plot?
The story of a film.
Excellent. Review? What's that? What is a review?
An article which gives an opinion.
Yes, an opinion about the movie. Scene. What is a scene?
It's a part of the movie.
Yes. A script. A script. What is a script? What is a script in the context of a movie or in the context of a cinema?
The words that are said in a film or a movie.
Very good. So the dialogue that the actors are saying. Excellent. Well done. The sequel. Sequel?
It's the next film of the same history.
Soundtrack. Very good. Soundtrack. There's a soundtrack.
It's the music.
Very good. Special effects. Special effects. What's that? What is a special effect in the movie? Angeles.
It's are the images that are created by a computer.
Star. What is a star? In the context again of the cinema, of the movie.
The most important actor or actress
Yes.
in the movie.
Very good. And subtitles? What are subtitles?
The translation of the dialogue of the movie.
Yeah. When you watch the movies, do you use subtitles, guys, or no? No, because you watch in Spanish, or no, because you watch in English? Angeles was saying no.
No,
Which one?
I don't use subtitles because I like to watch it in English to practice.
Okay, good. Thanks God. Yes, so that's advice. If you can, watch the movies in English and do not use the subtitles. If you see that you need them, you can switch them on and off, but try not to use throughout the movie. If you don't, at the initial step, it's better to use the subtitles and in the original language. But try to use that as an extra, and you will see how much better progress and how much quicker progress you're making with your English language. So watch the movies in English without subtitles. If you desperately need them, switch the subtitles on, but try to reduce how much you watch it. Okay, last thing here. The words that are marked in bold, activity 3A. Was directed. What does it mean? It was directed by Tate Taylor. What does it mean, was directed? What do these words mean? Brian.
He was the director.
Okay, very good. It was dubbed into other languages. What does it mean? To dub or to dub? What does it mean? Look at the context clues, okay? So a lot of times we spoke about this. A lot of times you will see that when you're reading the article, you are not familiar with a certain word. Look at the context clues. The context clues are other words in a sentence or other words that in the surrounding sentences that helps you to understand what that word might mean. So this is a very good example. It was dubbed into other languages. So try to think what this word might mean, but considering the context of into other languages. What can it be? What can it mean to be dubbed? Yes, Nicole? ¿Ya?
Estamos en la 3 verse, ¿verdad?
Sorry?
Ya. One B y 2D.
Yes. No, 3A, we're looking at here. So at the second sentence, what can this word mean? So we're not looking at the answers, we're looking at just what the word might mean. So when we say it was dubbed into other languages, what does the highlighted word was dubbed, what does it mean? What do you think?
Subtitled.
Very good. Very good. So again, this is a very good example when I'm saying, look at the context clues. The context clues in this case into other languages, which means that it was translated, it was subtitled in other languages. Now, number 3, Viola Davis played the part of Aibileen Clark. What does it mean, played the part of?
That she had the
she act for that role in that show.
Very good. And number 4, the film is set in Mississippi in the USA during 1960s. The film is set. What does it mean is set?
Is taking place in Mississippi.
The film is based on the novel of the same name. What does it mean based on?
It was like inspired by, or it was like an adaptation of a book.
Very good. Well done. It was shot or filmed on location in Greenwood, Mississippi. Was shot on location. What does it mean? Or filmed on location?
The film was made in a real place, not in a studio.
Very good. Very good. Well done. Now, what I would like you to do next is on Moodle, I would like you to complete 3 very quick activities from the vocabulary. So those activities will be 4A, 4C, and then 1A. So from the vocabulary activities that we did on Friday and on Monday, give me 1 second. Here, we did this activity on Friday. So if you were not present, please make sure you complete this activity. Now, I want you to do this activity. Here, student book 4A, student book 4C, verbs and phrases, and then the last one, vocabulary 1A. Read the clues and complete the sentences. Okay, so these 3 activities. One more time. Student book or SB4A, SB4C, vocabulary bank, verbs and phrases, and then the final one. Okay, these are super quick activities, so we're gonna have 10 minutes for all of them.
Teacher, sorry, but the vocabulary for A, the second exercise, it's closed. Yeah,
right. And if you give me 30 seconds, it will be open. Why is this one is closed? 4A, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Should be open now. Okay.
Thank you.
So those 3 activities. Now, actually, before you start, we're gonna have one more final activity. So with these 3 activities that you have to do and complete, this will be the final of the Unit 6A. Okay, so those who started a bit later, you need to finish all of the activities from the Unit 6A. Yeah, don't go to the Unit 6B, just all of the activities from Unit 6A. Now, as we're finishing the unit, there is a project that I need you to do. So again, as I said, because we have to finish the class in 10 minutes or so, I want to talk a bit more about the first project that we need to do. I want you to record a 1.5 minute video talking about your favorite movie or describing any movie of your choice. Okay? So first of all, what I want to hear, I want to see that you are talking naturally, meaning you're not reading from the script, you're not reading from the screen, you just take your phone and record yourself. 1.5 minutes is a minimum. If you record 1 minute or less, obviously your point will be lower. So 1.5 minutes talking and describing your favorite movie or any movie of your choice. talk about the set, where was the movie recorded, talk about the plot, and talk about the main actors or whatever else you want to highlight about that specific movie. Use the vocabulary we just covered here. So again, what kind of movie is that? That's a rom-com that I really thought was very exciting. It was very moving because it made me think about life and how fragile our friendships are, and so on and so on. Okay, so try to use as much vocabulary as we just checked from these activities we just did right now, and describe your favorite movie or any movie of your choice. It doesn't have to be your favorite. You can describe just any movie. Okay, so for this, where are we now? We are on Tuesday. Okay, the deadline will be Thursday, 6 p.m., meaning before the beginning of our class. So you have until the end of this class to prepare for that. You can record it, you can record tomorrow, but use this time that we have right now, that we're finishing the class a bit earlier. Use this time to gather information if you need to. If you don't, just grab the phone, record it, and send that video to me. Please send it to my email, okay? Do not send it to my WhatsApp because it's too many of you and it's gonna block my phone. So send it to my email. I'm gonna put my email one more time in our WhatsApp group, but it's my name.surname@gmail.com, and I actually put it here in the chat here of the Zoom call. Okay, so one more time, I will send another reminder to the WhatsApp group, but 1 minute and a half video talking about your favorite movie, describing the set, describing where the movie was shot, describing the main characters, the plot, and so on, so on. Whatever you want to say in that and manage to say in that 1 minute and a half. The deadline is Thursday, 18:00. So if you send me an hour, a minute later, that's going to be past the deadline and your grade will be lower. If I receive it much later, I will not accept those videos. The deadlines are there for a reason. Okay, so this will be our first project after the unit 6A. Okay,
Mantas,
tell me.
Is it 1 minute maximum or 1 minute?
No, 1 minute and a half is a minimum.
Minimum.
1 minute
Okay.
and a half. 1 minute 30 seconds is a minimum how long your video should be. You can record it for 2 minutes. Don't go into a 10-minute review of your favorite movie, but around 1 minute and a half is more than enough for you to talk. And because, as I said, we are increasing slightly so if in level 5 we had 1 minute, now we're trying to increase it and try to talk for a longer period of time. And of course, to make sense, not just to talk about the same thing. So 1 minute and a half is a minimum. You can talk for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You don't need more than 3 minutes really for that video. But 1 minute and a half is a minimum. So again, if it's lower than that, if it's 1 minute or 50 seconds or 40 seconds, your grade will automatically be lower as opposed to if you put for the full time. Yeah? Do you have more questions about this first project? No? Okay. I will send you the instructions to our WhatsApp group with the deadlines and with the specific things you need to do. So just make sure that you record that, okay? And send me by Thursday, 6 p.m. So before the start of the class, okay? And now, as I said, because we have to finish this class a bit earlier, please use this time to finish all of the activities from Unit 6A. So all of the activities, reading, grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, all of these activities, they have to be completed. If you finish all of them because you join on Friday, please use this time, like now that we have another 30 minutes or so, use this time to log into Alticia and start working on your Alticia. Yeah, don't wait until the last minute. Or you can use this time also to record the video and send to me straight away. So you have one less work to do. Yeah, so everyone has work to do. Alticia, activities from Unit 6A or a video. Does anyone have a question? Yeah.
Yes, I have a question. How many we have to do from Alticia?
You have to complete in total for this course, you have to complete 50%. That's a minimum.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
and the unit is B1.2.
Okay.
Yeah, so level B1.2, minimum 50%. If you have 50, if you have more, that's excellent. You're gonna get the 2 points. But in order to get those 2 points for the final grade, you need to have minimum 50%, because this is an express course, so we only have half of that. But if you finish more, that's better for you. So don't stop there. Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Rafael. And welcome to the course. I don't remember seeing you yesterday.
Yes, I just came right now.
Okay, good. I'll send some more information for those, because it's a shame that not everyone is starting at the same time, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, so for tomorrow, what I want everyone to do is to have all the Unit 6A completed, and then start working on Alticia, and at the same time start working on the first video. Yeah? Good. Do you have any questions about anything? Now it's a good time to ask.
Yes, I have one question.
me.
In the class, we will have pauses or breaks.
Yes, in the normal classes we'll have a break, but as I said, because this class is a bit different and we have to finish earlier, that's why we did not have a break. Normally, halfway through, we have a break. So 1 hour and a half, 1 hour 40 minutes. We'll try to have a break of 5 minutes or so in that time, and then we continue with the rest of the class. In this case, we skip the break because, as I said, we have to finish the class a bit earlier for that meeting that I need to attend. And that's why we did not have a break today. But normally we will have breaks. Not breaks, one break. Yeah? Any more questions, guys? No? Okay. Then continue with the work. You can obviously leave this Zoom, because I have to leave as well. See you all tomorrow. Remember, Unit 6A, all of the activities have to be completed. Yeah? If you finish those, start working on the video. If you finish that, start working on Alticia. Okay? Very good. If you don't have any more questions, then guys, I'll see you tomorrow at 6. If you have more questions, please feel free to send me a WhatsApp or send me an email. The best way to do is obviously to send the WhatsApp if you have some questions about whatever. Yeah.
And I have another question without Alticia. I am trying to change my plan and doesn't appear the level B1.2.
It should. If you go to your main page where it says your name and your current level, you need to click on that current level, and then they're going to redirect you to another page where you will be allowed to select B1.2.
Wait a minute, I am sending this moment. I can try and send you a picture, because I am staying in the apartment with this chose my plan, and I am doesn't see the B1.2.
Send me that to my WhatsApp. Send me the print screens to my WhatsApp, and I'll help you through there. Okay.
Okay.
Good. So for the rest, continue with the work that you have, guys, and then I'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah. And if you have questions, send me a WhatsApp. Yeah. Good. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a good evening. Have a good day tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
See you,
Bye,
guys. See you. Have a good evening. Don't forget to work on the activities.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
See you. Bye. See you. See you. Bye, everyone. See you, Emilio. Send me the pictures, yeah? I will have a look at them in a second.
Okay.
Okay? See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye-bye.